Sure this thing. All right, welcome back to the Anything Goes podcast, episode number 17. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And let's start the show. First, I got to introduce my boy, the co-host, the man that everyone loves, but he doesn't love the people sometimes. Mr. Kev Carter, how you doing, man?
I get it like that description though.
Man, Kev, you told me, tell me, man, why put the Carter, man? So, man, look, he busy, man. He busy. He ain't
Yeah,
abandoned the
that's
show.
right.
He was just busy, man.
Yeah. Man, a lot happened since the last one was on the show.
Man, yeah, man. But it's good to have you back, man.
Mm-hmm.
People love you, so it's always good to have you on, man.
People want the 2020 part two, so I guess that's what we get now. So
Correct. And you're joined by a good friend of mine. Sometimes he goes by the name Chris. So he used to go by the name Alucard. Now he's Neo. When we rocking with, man?
Listen, my mind, the Alucard days behind me. Don't bring that up.
so it's Chris or Neo. You
And
know,
either one can work.
now you're going with Chris, man. Chris, welcome to the show, man. Good to have you on, man.
Thank you very, very much. Yeah, first time on the podcast, so this should be interesting.
All right. And we have a comment before the show actually starts by Mr. Salim Hussein. He says, the man always missing. Kev, we need to respond to that?
honestly, no. Me and him we would talk differently. He knows exactly what he's trying to do, so I ain't no need to respond to that. How many appearances? How many appearances he made on the show that he commenting that he always missing up?
I mean, to be fair, he's not the co-host, though. But
Huh?
to be fair,
Fair
he's not.
enough. But still, you know how many times he was invited on and he didn't make it? Come on.
I think y'all could be behind the scenes, but that would not be entertained live on air. Anyway,
You see that? Yeah.
y'all could be behind the scenes, but
I'm
not
gonna
on
tell you
air.
back the wrong story.
Of course,
Yeah.
Salim is a legend, man. Salim, I love you. Last show we did, we got to have you on in the future, man. Really appreciated that you came on, and we love
I
you.
got to take a listen. I know the man probably thought some crap.
Man, it was an enjoyable show, man.
Had a good time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But we got started off, man. We got some news last week. We heard that Mr. DMX was taken to the hospital, and unfortunately on Friday he passed. I mean, this man is a legend in the game. One of the earliest rappers that I started listening to, and a man that's unfortunately had a lot of controversy in his life. Being arrested several times. But I think we should always remember the good over the bad. So I just want to ask you guys, man, thoughts on X, man. First, how would you rate him as a rapper? Would he be in your top 5, top 10? I can start with you, Kev. Thoughts on DMX overall, man.
Right. Overall, I would say top 10. Top 10 for sure. I think top 5 may be a bit of a stretch because he has some powerful music, whereas other rappers, their music had a bit more meaning to it, and they would have a bit more. How would they word this? A bit more album bits would have made more success and stuff like that. There,
You sure
but
about that?
in
X had a
terms
lot
of
of success, and X had a lot of deep meaning songs.
yes,
So
yeah, he did. Don't get me wrong.
you got also the woman and stuff like that. That's a lot of deep stuff on that song. What we do, I
Yeah.
think that's some deep stuff that a lot of people kind of slightly overlook. So, my God, disagree with you on that one, but go ahead.
But I mean, the reason I'm answering the question like that is because they thinking in the 90s, early 2000s, they thinking you still got to consider men like Easy E, Tupac, Biggie, all these men. So I would say he's probably top 7. I won't go as far to say top 10, but I would say top 7. He had a really good legacy, man, and there are a lot of videos of him, expressing himself. He was very educated, not only in terms of the rap game, but in terms of life and his perspective on life and opening people's eyes to a lot of stuff. But his impact was so powerful that there are women out there too who was saying that he was the one who introduced them to the rap game. So that should tell you just the impact that this man had.
Yeah.
He had a legendary voice, a voice that could never be replaced.
X going to give
And
it to him, and the dog voice and stuff.
yeah,
And that was actually him, but that wasn't the sound effect. That was X.
that's
So
Eric. Then
you gotta give it to you. And honestly, man, Mr. Salim in the chat said his movie career was great. Absolutely, from candle to the grave, beyond the
yeah,
law,
Chris
death
was great.
toll.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
to me,
Thank you
X
for
was one of the
mentioning
first
that.
rappers who really transcended the rap game, in my opinion. I mean, yes, he had
Yeah.
Tupac, but Tupac was only
Mhm.
in Juice, I believe. He was wait, was Tupac? Was it
He was
Juice?
only in juice. Yeah,
Right. And X did it multiple times, man. So,
yeah.
but as I said, unfortunately, some things happened to him that threw off his career.
Mhm.
But to me, a great
Yeah.
actor, great rapper.
Yeah.
I want to hear Chris' opinion. Chris, I know you're the biggest rap guy in the world, but how would you rate X, man? You say it's top 5, top 10. What would you put him, man?
But I said I'm not the biggest. Well, the thing is, I like a lot of rap. It's just that I don't follow music as closely as some people.
Mm.
However, I will say that he is up there for me, probably in top 10, mainly for the fact that as a person who don't really follow rap music, I know DMX, and I've been accustomed to not a lot of his songs. You recognize the ones X can give it to you, party up, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
Rough Riders.
just Rough Riders, just off of that alone, I those will always be in my mind compared to some rap songs that I don't always remember. So I would say he's pretty up there for me, even even as a person who lives under a rock half of your life.
Yeah, to
You
be
know?
fair, you guys, man, I gotta put X high, man. So X gotta be top 5, and I tell you what, this man had 2 number 1 albums in the same year. I don't think that would ever be repeated. I mean, you know how many guys drop albums in a year? You got Kendrick, yeah, we're waiting 3 years for a new album. J. Cole, you're waiting forever for an album. I mean, so I don't think we ever see that again. You got Griselda Squad. I love Conway the Machine. I love Benny the Butcher. But again, great rappers, but they're not that popular yet. And so they can't get 2 number 1s in a year. Like, drop 2 projects in a year, but they're not going to be number 1, unfortunately. So I don't think we'll see that record repeated anytime soon. So it's to be simply just for that one fact alone, DMX has to be in the top 5 rappers of all time. And this man had hits after hits. Oh my God, we got X going to give it to you. Rough Riders Anthem, Where the Hood At, Party Up, one of my favorite, Slipping. Yo, man, this man had a
What
lot.
they really want.
What
You
you
remember
really
that
want.
one?
We're right here.
Damn.
I'm going to miss you. This man had a hit. Stop being greedy. Man, this man had hits after hits after hits. I mean, his first 5 albums to me were all legendary. And if we could talk about some of the ones after, we could say, but to have 5 straight good albums, how many rappers have done that? You got rappers that ain't got 2 good albums. Like, we all love 50 Cent, but me, I give him Get Rich Die Trying, and I give him The Massacre. Some people debate it, but I love The Massacre. But after that, we didn't really get it. Snoop Dogg, a legend in the game, but we only really had Doggy stuff from Snoop. So to have 5 albums that were legendary, to me, this man simply has to be put in the top 5.
I think 2 Bartlett. I think Biggie only had 2. Although he did at 25, but he only had 2 albums.
2 albums.
Right, so. Yeah.
I mean, we gotta look at it, look.
It's
dark and the top. Classic.
Yeah.
My flesh of my flesh. Blood, my blood. Classic. Then there was X. Classic. The Great Depression. Classic. The Grand Champ. Classic. I mean, come on. 5 in a row. I mean, to me, I don't think that will ever be repeated, especially in that short time span. And this guy's music lived on and on and on. I think it will live on and on and on. So I want to ask you guys a quick question, man. What's your favorite DMX song, man? Let's start with Chris, man. Chris, you go first.
It'll probably be Rough Riders. Yeah.
Rough Riders, the classic.
Say the wrong thing there. Yeah.
All right, Kev, what's your
Man,
favorite
that's
DMX
such
song,
a
man?
tough one. Um, that's a hard question. I like what they really want. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Ed's gonna give it to you.
Yeah, boy, love that one.
But Rough Riders was really deep though, so I would probably say Rough Riders. He
Mhm.
really went in on that. You
Yeah,
know.
man. Honestly,
What
honestly,
what, what about you though, Arthur?
I think
Was your
different, man. I like this one. Be right here. We
uh,
good. Yeah, I love that one.
anyway.
Be
That was
right.
crazy.
Yeah, and I also like
That was
I like
too.
Woman too. That's a bit of a dark one, but I really love that one. I show it to
Mhm.
Stop Being So Greedy, man. I love that one too, man. Stop Being Greedy,
Man,
man. That was another one that. Oh yeah, and we
that's
gotta
a hit.
forget. X always had a deep one, and to me, this song kind of slipped it. It was Cinema's life, man. Slipping. I love slipping,
Oh yeah.
but I think
That was a good one.
unfortunately
Yep.
that was a little too real. Cause I felt X, he
Yeah.
was always
Yeah.
slipping. You always felt he was
Yeah.
out of trouble. He was gonna move on, and it kind of always fell back down, man. But one thing was to give him. He
hmm
always kept fighting to the end. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, Mr. Earl Simmons passed at age 50, but you gave us a wonderful career, and hopefully we get more and more rappers being influenced by you, sir. I have more DMX rather than Nas X, so hopefully hip hop improves, man. You're a legend in
hmm
the game and will always be respected in my book. All right, guys, man. We gotta give our boy X a good look. Shout out. But man, after hearing the passing the X, man, we had to deal with some garbage too, man. And we talking about the over and clear white guy. We gotta talk about this volcano, man. Oh my God. Saturday, I mean, we
Listen,
just did it after he passing the X. Friday evening, no, he had a funny taste in the ear, but things just went to hell, man. So, guys, you know, dyslexic. I don't know how what this block is La Soufriere, that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
All right, so let me be professional. On Friday, I believe, the La Soufriere volcano in St. Vincent and the Grenadines erupted, and the eruptions are still going on until today, Sunday, April 11th. Um, there were already seismic activities happening prior to the volcano erupting, which you all hoped would have had spilt over, but it's a little too late now. So, after the volcano erupted, it's not just also blanketed St. Vincent and the Grenadines in ash. It's also blanketed, you know, the Germany, Caribbean, Barbados in grey snow, as I would call it. So we're gonna speak from the Barbarian perspective. Um, I don't want to put words in the guys that say Vincent mouth. I saw the pictures over there, and it does not look very good at all. But we can keep it to home. So, guys, how was your experience with the volcano?
Ah boy.
So,
Kev, you want to go
Yeah,
first?
yeah. I'll go ahead first, man. I never thought for the life of me that I would be cleaning ass, from the steps outside the door, and but it is what it is. I mean, first of all, prayers will go for guys in St. Vincent. I believe my mom, her dad was from St. Vincent too, so
Mm-hmm.
you know. First of all, prayers go to them.
Exactly.
But in terms, it just shows how the world is and everything can the world is very intertwined and almost like chain reactions. Everything affects something else. So you know, but looking back at the past, so the thing that had eruptions in 1902,
Mm-hmm.
which would have lasted a couple months, and then in 1979, which would have lasted 2 weeks. So
I think there was
being,
also one in 19. Was there one in 1950s?
I ain't too sure. I ain't too
Because
sure
I'm
about
not
that.
sure.
because my great uncle was telling me that I called him and he was saying he remembered there was one when he was a little boy.
Oh,
I think the one in 17 he probably would have been in America at the time. So I was thinking, yeah,
hmm
it's probably one in 50s as well. He said that it was bad, but it was like a day or two and it was over. I mean, I don't think this is going to ease
Mhm.
up by tomorrow. They say probably tomorrow will even be worse. So just
Mhm.
imagine people just say Vincent, man, it's just it's horrible.
Yeah, boy.
But
Imagine.
yeah. But you were saying, Kev.
I, right, I was saying, we should we should be really grateful. We see a lot of people complaining, saying, 4 months into 2021 and they can't take it any longer. But I mean, we should be grateful that we have life. I mean, people got actually deal with the actual volcano. Um, but being what I was saying earlier too is that we already have the COVID-19 to deal with. So hopefully, this the ashes and stuff like that. This doesn't last very long. Hopefully, we get through this because we already have other stuff to do with. So that's just my take on it. It was an okay experience, mostly been inside. Kind of funny to look outside at 3 o'clock and outside look like it's snow. Most of Saturday it was in darkness, which was kind of cool. So yeah, overall it's not a bad experience for me. What was it for you, Chris? How
Yeah.
was it?
I let Mr. Carter being super positive. Chris,
Yeah, man.
would you hit us with negativity?
Always, always.
Are you on positivity train?
I super negative about it. I mean, I tired of the discount snow. It sucks, but
Do you actually
it
call
ain't really
Discount store.
discount snow.
it?
But it ain't really affected too much. I was mentioning earlier that I had to try to seal off my windows because I got louvers, so little bits of ash were coming in. I could feel it on my counter and stuff like that. But otherwise, I mean, I'm doing pretty okay. It can't compare to people in St. Vincent who literally can't be in their homes, depending on if they're left or not. And even then, they're in a way worse situation than we are. And honestly, I've been home all the time because of school, since school online. So this didn't really feel much different.
Different.
It's not like I really changed my routine. I've been home doing work. Then look out, oh wait, we got Ash. I wasn't leaving home anyway, so I guess it still pans out for me. Um, I get. I was the way I was looking at it though is that at least I was thinking about this. You know how he's got our issues. In the Caribbean, like not always be beefing per se with other
Chris, keep
places,
it real. He's always beefing.
but
Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real.
right, fair enough. We always beefing, but the reality situation is that as much as we like to be, I guess, somewhat individualistic in Jimmy Caribbean, all that stuff. At the end of the day, things that affect other countries can just as easily affect us, especially the fact that we just get hit with this ash like crazy. It just makes it think that everything just connected. That's all I was trying to say. So that's basically my thoughts on it, essentially.
Right, right. So I will start off with my experience. I'll never forget it. I was actually walking on Friday evening, and I remember smelled this little thing in the ear. So I decided to head back in, and then my mom was like, "Yeah, you smell it?" I was just like, "Nah." And I said a little bit, but not too much. And she was like, "No, she could really smell the volcanic ash," and she was getting tripping as usual. But I just went inside, and then didn't take much of it. So I was expecting probably on Saturday we have a late dusting or whatever. I woke up Saturday morning to see another Blade Runner. To be discovered was this weird orange tint, and then after that, it just descended into this grayness. So, and for me personally, I have kind of bad allergies, so it's a bit tough for me to breathe. So sometimes I got to wear my mask and stuff inside the house, doing a little mopping and stuff. But I'm really grateful that we don't have such heavy ash coming down to where our roofs are caving in. If you see in Vincent, that has happened, where people's roofs are literally caved in. I'm lucky that we don't have any
Yeah,
power outages. I know down in St. Lucie had it really bad on Saturday, where it was black, like nighttime at 3 o'clock. So I know they got hit pretty hard, but I didn't hear any stories of anyone's property being severely damaged to where the roof caved in and stuff. So I gotta say, even though we usually can avoid all the pitfalls of the Caribbean in terms of natural disasters, we usually dodge the hurricanes, we usually dodge the earthquakes, we usually dodge the volcanoes. Even this time we are feeling the effects of it. The fact that it's not direct, I think we still have to be pretty grateful that we are not feeling the
Yeah,
full
much
brunt of
worse.
the volcano. So I think we still gotta be pretty grateful there. But I want to ask you guys,
Mm.
how you think tomorrow will look? I've heard some rumors that tomorrow could be worse. So what you guys think will happen tomorrow? I'll start with Kev.
Honestly, yeah,
You want to go, Chris? Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
yeah. Honestly, I ain't sure. I feel like it will get worse. Hopefully, not too much worse.
Mm.
But I don't think it can slow down just yet. Especially since more eruptions are happening, it ain't gonna slow down that quickly.
Yep.
Yeah, because like I said, another plume is going to Barbados.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I agree with Chris. I kind of see it because gradually outside just getting a little worse and worse each day. But actually, by the minute, everything look outside look a little darker, or the ashes blowing harder. Yeah, she stepped outside for a little minute or so this afternoon, and so it gradually getting worse. And as Chris said, more eruptions. So I don't know, probably by Wednesday or so, later down during the week it should clear up. Hopefully.
Yeah. And I want to ask you guys, have any of y'all, because we've seen some with the rain also, because I know some of us were hoping for rain yesterday, but then we saw the rain falling, actually the ash clogging the gutter rain. So has that affected any of y'all, or you guys are pretty unscathed in that instance?
I didn't hear that. Or I didn't hear that.
Well, I'm saying that we were hoping for the rain. Some people were hoping for rain yesterday, but we did get some rain last night. But unfortunately, with the ash being so heavy, it clogged the gutter rain. So I just want to ask if any of y'all have been affected by that, or
No, no,
okay,
no,
cool.
no.
I haven't checked, so I'm not sure. But nothing really happened, so I don't think we got any problems with it.
Okay.
But I won't know until I go up and check it.
Okay. And yeah, because by me, I can actually see that the ash suddenly gutter rain, but it's not super bad. It's overflowing, so pretty grateful on that account as well. Um, I want to ask you. We saw the pictures. Unfortunately I didn't get a chance to put in the pictures. I was a little lazy today. But we saw the images of the airport being dusty, covered in ash. You're seeing Bridgetown covered in QEH. I think I have the picture. I'll put it back up. How long do you think it would be necessary to help to do a cleanup? Do you think there should be a big national cleanup, or do you think it should be done on an individual level? Do you think the government should, go out there, or do you think that it should simply be just, hey, case by case, we clean it up, and hopefully in a couple weeks or so, everything just blows off and disappears? What do you think what action do you think should be taken? I'll start with Kev.
They can need
Oh, you go ahead, Chris.
they can need a big operation because like yeah, you could. I guess what you could do is have persons help clean up their community, but in terms of like on a bigger scale, they can definitely need to put something in place. Um, I'm pretty sure they can probably do some sort of cleaning throughout the thing because I know the we call it the press conference they say that people ain't going to work tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
or at least not on non-essential services don't have work tomorrow, but they did say persons to do like cleaning and stuff like that. They got come in, so I assume they're gonna be probably trying to do some at least some cleaning just to make sure it don't build up.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But they can still need to do some giant some giant thing to make sure get everything out of here.
Like, I mean, it is really, really bad. Even the road by me is actually beginning to be caked in the ash. It's almost as if
Mine
it's
too.
just concrete, kind of like you ever see concrete before you actually like wet it. It's got that kind of texture. Or you put just a little water,
Hmm.
it's like that kind of weird texture. So I know one thing for sure, power washing guys are going to make a lot of money next couple of days. So kudos to those
Yeah.
guys. Maybe we should have invested in one, but you can't see into the future. So Kev, what do you think should be done? Do you think we need a national cleanup effort, or do you think it should be done on an individual basis?
Man, it definitely need a national cleanup effort. I mean,
Because
for the
it's
images
lash,
and
boy.
the stuff are in the reach, and like imagine if you look outside and see so much ash. Imagine like places like tongue and stuff where the gutters is like, where things build up and stuff. I mean, they can really need like an overhaul. Like they can need this game gotta be a collective effort, and persons who in that area who do cleaning and stuff. I think they're gonna get on it as soon as possible. And they're gonna need the effective gear too because a lot of scientists and stuff saying that sometimes the ash could cause like cancerous. It could cause like certain cancers and stuff. So in the if you inhale it,
Mm-hmm.
if you inhale too
Yeah.
much for too long, so yeah, it can need a lot of strategic planning. It can be just like, oh, let it go so and start cleaning. Obviously, it gotta be different steps and procedures they gotta take and a very scheduled and specific outline for it to be pulled off in a timely manner and in an effective manner.
Yeah, I do agree. I think we need some form of a national ice correlation of how to take care of this problem. I think we have to. The problem is with the ash keep constantly falling. When you decide to do it, you do it tomorrow, and then the ash comes up
Precisely.
again on Tuesday. So what do you
Mm-hmm.
do? Do you say, "Hey, wait, it's all over and do it," or do you decide, "Hey, look, we're gonna yes, the ashes keep falling, but we have to do some form of cleaning now." Because I think even like in states where there's snowfall, so unless they will get the I can't remember it's called the machine that strip the roads because if they don't strip the road, eventually it's just going to get worse and worse, and then you can't drive. Period. You gotta scrape off your roof because so much snow is on the roof, it will collapse. Even though it's snow is constantly falling, you have to do something right now to help protect your property, and then also the government do things that protect the road and other
Mm-hmm.
infrastructure. So I don't know necessarily what will have to be done. I kind of also wondering if the ash will help affect the power lines, the weight of the ash. I don't know if that would play a factor or not.
Mm,
Because I know it's saying basically the power is off. I don't know if that's like a safety precaution, if that's like ash causing issues or not. But so I was just wondering if that would be another something that we have to look at as well.
I am not too sure, honestly.
Yeah, Kanye power is off in some parts of St. Vincent, but let me see this article. But I'm not. So I'm wondering if we might have to take preventative measures, or I don't want to say preventative, but we have to take some action during the actual ash fall to prevent more major problems from occurring. And as you guys say, we are already dealing with the COVID pandemic right now. Then now to have this volcanic ashes going to people's lungs, that could also cause a serious issue. And think about the persons who have COVID, what issue would that bring up as well? So I think we're in a very tricky situation. But as I said, we are I mean, in comparison to the guys that said this, we are still in a very lucky position.
Mm-hmm.
What a crazy coincidence that the two, I guess, our two biggest problems, which have been COVID and now this,
Mhm.
both also cause respiratory problems.
I know, right?
What?
I mean,
Very
I
Some
honestly
weird
got a bunch of
coincidences,
massive
man.
house put down, but still, I don't think we want it to be like this anyhow.
I was wondering who's writing
Mm.
these scripts. I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, my man, I can't forget tech down. Yeah, so really blaming Billy on this show, so I know Billy might got to blame for this one, whether wrongly or fairly. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I got to run this off. We hopefully that the eruptions will end tomorrow. We're not too sure when it will end, but I'm hoping that it'll be all over by tomorrow. Chris, is it estimated time when it'll be over, or you're not too sure?
I'm just sure. I only heard about like more eruption and stuff, but I didn't hear anything besides that.
Okay. So as I said, guys, hopefully by next week it'll be all over. I don't want to come back on the show and say no that I buried in more ash, but if it's still ongoing next week, I'll probably update you guys and I'll try to see if we get some people from St. Vincent on. It'll be a bit difficult, but I will try. And but let's run this off, man. We got our guy Chris here today, and big tech guy, good friend of mine, on it, Kev. He's another nerd like me. Kev's a cool guy, but
Yeah.
Chris, we gotta talk with this thing, man. We gotta talk with this, man. we gotta talk about this chip and GPU shortage, man. This getting annoying. You know, it started primarily back during the middle of last year due to the Rona, and it's going on and on and on and on and on. It seems like there's no end in sight. If you're into PC gaming, you can't buy a GPU. It's hard to get CPUs. It's also affecting the next gen consoles, the PlayStation 5 and the this PS5 tall as shit. Is affecting the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. We don't call the S on this show. I'm sorry. And then we also heard earlier this week, well, last week also, that one of the big chip manufacturers, TSMC, is having water shortages. So it's hard even for them to make chips. So, Chris, man, as a man with technical know-how, man, dive into this topic, man. Do you think there will be an end in sight anytime soon? Or we just gotta hope for 2022, man? What do you think gonna happen, man?
I ain't even sure, because funny enough, I actually don't know much about the topic. I was only looking up some stuff earlier. I've been hearing about it a lot, but I never really delved deep into it. But yeah, I doubt that it's going to be fixed anytime soon. Because let me see if there's an article I was reading talking about, what was it? Talking about the factories, right? That
Mm-hmm.
made them. I think that they aren't opening or something along those lines. I don't not opening or don't have the materials or something along those
Yeah,
lines.
I think both
Let's
TSMC and
see.
Samsung are having some serious issues right now. I think
Yeah.
Samsung's having a chip issue, something like that, and I think Samsung having something to do with chips, and TSMC is out of water, and you do need water to make CPUs, so and GPUs. So
Okay, not find this article. What minute?
all right, well, what Chris is looking for the article? Then take your time, Chris. Kev, as I say, I know you're not into tech as we are, but yes, you've actually shortage. Guys can't afford to get the computer parts and
Oh.
the PlayStation and stuff, man. Um,
Uh-huh.
how do you feel about that, man? Do you think that this is how do you think it impacting the market? Do you think that is something that would be forgotten in a couple of months when it's all said and done, or you think these effects could be a bit long term? Just going from a neutral perspective, what's your thoughts on this, man?
Like from a neutral perspective, plays a game, I want to gaming and stuff. So, you know, in a comfortable position where, I feel like I got access to everything, So like obviously it can be a little long term, but it depends too on how quick they could get the problem started.
Yeah,
Uh, is it something that could be fixed within a quick matter of time, or is it something that has to be
I'm honestly
going
not too
process and
sure
everything?
because as this, Chris was saying, this was going on, during the Rona started it off, factories being
Mm-hmm.
shut, and production have taken a
Mm-hmm.
while to ramp back up, and that's why it's so hard to get PlayStation 5. It's so hard to get new Xbox, the Series X. And if you're really into PC gaming, these
Also
parts are
hard.
almost hard
Also
to
hard to
find.
get GPUs as well.
GPUs are
Yeah.
insane, and also we gotta look at it. We also have a crypto mining boom. So a lot of these guys are snatching up the cards. The gamers can't get them, and the prices are
Yeah.
severely inflated as well. So
Mm-hmm.
I personally think the console market, when the supply does come back, will be pretty okay. But I think the PC market now will be funny because yes, you do get stock back, but they say crypto is still kicking. Would the cars actually get to the PC gamers, or the miners will probably buy more of them? And if they do get to the gamers, would the high inflated prices still stick around?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm telling you, Kev, hold on, let me pull up the prices right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, RTX, sorry, there's RTX now. RTX 3070. It's like a 30 RTX 3070. Because with the shortage, a lot of these and sending manufacturers of the cars are, to me, I think, also taking a slight advantage of the situation. They're severely increasing the prices of the cars themselves. So just let me get a thing for you. Hold on. And also we have to look at this while I find the prices. It's also
Mm-hmm.
affecting other industries. Some car factories, I think Chevy had to stop a plant because there are not enough chips to manufacture
Well,
to
they
make the
need the
cars.
chips.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because the car is basically done. They just need the chip for the for everything
Mm-hmm.
else. I think.
And yeah, and they're just there sitting. So it's not just affecting, you know, people who love gaming. It's affected other industries as well. So
Mm-hmm.
and we also look at it again, where prices of cars slightly increase because we know these boys don't eat prices for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta look at see when things do come back, like what prices are we planning or looking to pay?
Mm-hmm.
An arm and a leg, maybe a kidney.
Maybe a kidney, boy. It's ridiculous. All right,
Oh,
I
well.
got an example here for you. The RTX 3060, which is a graphics card. I think the normal retail on this card was around $40. It was around 350, Chris.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. Right now, you can go and buy one. It's selling for $2,100
What?
for a card that is supposed to be $350
That's US.
Mhm.
US, and it's just super
Mhm.
inflated prices right now.
Oh, crazy.
You could a card named the RTX 3080, which is a card that is supposed to sell for $700, is selling for $900, but it's out of stock right now. So you're not so again inflation by the manufacturer, and then you're still not able to get it at all. We're even seeing older generation cards that people ditched, thought to be obsolete, super expensive. So I don't know how the market was all about down.
Mm.
Yeah, we even seeing hold on, I'm going eBay right now. I know eBay is not the best
I
part.
found a different.
Go ahead, Chris.
No, I found a different article, not related to the one, not that you want from before, but saying that why what is it? There are a lot of reasons why shortage is hitting now. So obviously delays from the fact that factories were shut down
Mm-hmm.
during COVID,
Right.
and then a surge in demand because not just for again for gamers and car manufacturers, but a lot of people who decide they gotta work from home. So if I work from home, I need a better computer. I need my all my kids gotta do school from home. I got a laptop. So obviously demand shot up all like way high for everything computer related,
Mm-hmm.
and there just was not and yeah, there just was not enough chip makers because that's one of the biggest issues. Not that there's not enough chips. There's not enough chip makers to make the. So obviously when demand goes up, then you don't have the demand is outpacing how fast it could work to make new chips because it can't speed it up. You have to speed it up. You can just end up producing a poor quality product.
Exactly. And then they got bin parts,
They
which
just
cost them,
cause
which cost what it costs more money for them anyhow. So they're not going to do that.
cause controversy and a bunch of other nonsense they don't need.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And another example here, we're on eBay. We actually have a pre-owned RTX 3080 from Gigabyte. Again, this is the card that usually retails for $700. In the normal market, me and you probably get for $500. It's selling for $2,300 just because you can't get your hands on it. So this is insane.
Well,
So my fear is, when we do get back supply, when the manufacturers say, hey, instead of charging $500, let's charge 6 or 7. Instead of charging 700, do we charge 8 or 9? What's going to be ramifications of this?
honestly, I feel like they would probably drop the price. They probably not drop it back to the original price.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have the supply to meet the demand, the problem would then be that people say, wait, but if you've got the supply, why are you still gouging us?
Yeah.
You know
And
what I mean?
I know these guys love gouging us anyhow, so
Yeah.
we could argue
Because then you would
we
guess
could argue 700 was a
inflation.
little too much anyhow for the 3080. We know it could be making a good profit margin anyhow, but why not make a little more if the market is willing to buy it? So
Exactly.
yeah, man. All right, so Chris, run us off, man. He's a tech man, so we think Charlie's gonna be over, and what we should do in the meantime.
They're charging me over. They're charging me over for at least a good few months because again, it's not just as simple as opening back up the the factories. They probably have to make new factories to fill the demand, and that costs a lot of money. For example, there's something here that says TSMC has announced plans to invest 100 billion over the next 3 years to increase capacity to meet rising demand. Intel plans to spend 20 billion to expand their fabrication plants in Arizona and also to produce chips for other companies as well.
Right.
So it's like you basically the whole infrastructural change. Infrastructural changes don't happen quickly.
Exactly.
So if I had to give a wild guess, as a person who is, I don't have like inside knowledge, obviously. So if I had to get a wild guess, I would say the shortage is not going to end, but probably they can be a little better, maybe like middle of 2021, like maybe July
Okay.
or August.
Okay. So you think you
But
said around that time? Okay.
that's being optimistic.
I think you're being severely optimistic, but all right. Kev, I know you're big tech guy.
And
We take charge again, and man, just give me a number.
A number. But hopefully, like around June or something, so they could get into, so when they want to get back into gaming, don't go, cheating the body, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Just kidding. But yeah, hopefully by June, my birthday in June, so yeah, hopefully around that time.
All
Yeah.
right, man. I gonna be pragmatic, man. I gonna be January, man. I gonna spot the party. I gonna 2022 March. I gonna spot the party. I ain't afraid to do it. And on that note, I'm ending the show. Guys, thank you for coming on. A bit of a shorter episode, but straight to the point. I think the whole volcano and stuff, man. I just think guys are a little messed up, and I want these guys to be able to take care of any problems they have. So I'm gonna end the show. And before we do close out, I gotta also announce that I'm part of the Bearded Conversations podcast. So links will also be down in the description to the YouTube channel, the Instagram, and also the Anchor. So you can check it out on your favorite streaming platforms. Teeth, doing some big work, man. He's doing a brand new podcast. So Bearded Conversations. Please remember to go and like, comment, and subscribe to that channel. They have a YouTube channel as well. The link is in the description. So go over there and subscribe and check it out. And man, like I said, guys, as I said, thanks for coming on, Chris.
yeah, no problem, man.
You got to come back on again, man. We got to get you on, man. We got to probably get you and your boy Zach. You're like tag team partners, so we got to do a double header with two of y'all eventually.
Of course, of course.
Of course. And Mr. Kev Carter, man, got to have you back. Your biggest fan, Salon, showed it in the chat. So it's good to have you back, man.
It was good to be back, man.
All right. I don't think we'll be back next week because we're usually on a 2-week release cycle unless something happens to the volcano crazy. If I get someone from St. Vincent, I may do a show. Keep it real with me, So don't hold your breath for next week, but the following week we should be back on the Anything Goes podcast on the King Darren 95 YouTube channel. And remember, please like, comment, and subscribe. And on that note, we're out. Want to get to sing? Want to get to peace?
Oh,
Peace up.
why?